The Beatles, Queen, and Kiss. What band will be able to lay claim as having recorded the greatest album in rock history? Stay tuned from the next episode of Kiss and Tell Podcast to find out who. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Kiss and Tell Podcast. Today we're joined by Mike Watts, Tommy Barnes, and we're welcoming back Jeff Sweeney. He's back healthy, happy, and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So today we're going to settle the debate about the greatest rock album of all time. There are so many good albums that are going to be pitted against each other in this album battle that your favorite album could potentially lose in the first round. That's how tough these matchups are. So don't take it personally. It's just our opinion, and we're going to have a little fun with it. We want to give a shout-out to our fellow KISS podcast, KISS Meets the Podcast, and Shout It Out Loudcast. So those are two great KISS podcasts you can go to for more KISS content. Speaking of subscribing, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button down there. Like and comment. We really appreciate all you do to help grow this channel. So you boys ready to get this thing started?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so they know the albums that are in the contest, but they don't know the matchup. So when they hear it, this is their genuine reactions. The tiebreakers will be settled by a total number of albums sold in the United States. So our first matchup is AC/DC's Back in Black versus Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd.
That's just terrible. I'm going with Back in Black.
I told you, Mike, these matchups ain't easy. Two unbelievably great albums right off the bat.
Back in Black.
All right, we got a Back in Black, Tommy?
Man.
It ain't right. Hey, it ain't right. I tell you, man, it ain't right.
Man, how you gonna do that? Mike took AC/DC, so
Yes.
I got to take Skynyrd. I'm from the South.
All right, so we got a vote for Skynyrd, a vote for AC/DC. Sweeney?
Well, considering the fact I think I like them a little bit better than the other, and I'm with AC/DC back.
On this album, we have Tuesday's Gone, which is probably my favorite Lynyrd Skynyrd song of all time. Three Steps, Simple Man, and their most famous song, perhaps, is Freebird, although you could argue Sweet Home Alabama, too. So those four great songs are on that album. Back in Black has 4, 5, 6 great, amazing songs. It's close, but I'm going to give the edge to Back in Black. And I'll go AC/DC, and they'll move on to the next round.
That was difficult. That first one right off the bat hurt.
Oh yeah, that one kind of stunk.
That Skynyrd album is freaking phenomenal.
Oh,
too,
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Our next matchup is Whitesnake's self-titled album from 1987 versus British Steel by Judas Priest.
Whoa. I do like that Whitesnake album. They really put some effort in there. But I'm going to give it to Judas Priest, Breaking the Law, baby.
Mike's breaking the law. All right,
Yeah.
Tom. All right, Tom.
It's easy. It's easy for me. I hate Judas Priest. Whitesnake all the way. Just for Tanya Katane. Just for her.
Tommy says, "Here I go again, picking the Whitesnake."
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. Is this love? Is this love?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right. On my end of it, I have to go with Priest. I love that British Steel. I love the Whitesnake album. I do have that on CD. But I was jamming on Breaking the Law way before that Whitesnake come along. So, yeah, I have to go with some Judas Priest on that one.
All right, so
Man, you gotta remember the Jaguar hood ornament, man. You ain't.
Oh, I know.
You forgot.
I know.
You must not have had MTV.
Oh, I did. I held my gold record up in a big old glass case every time Breaking the Law come on. Yeah. I had guitars all through my house.
we got 2 votes for British Steel, 1 vote for Whitesnake. Living After Midnight, really good, catchy song. Breaking the Law is the first song I think I ever heard from Judas Priest. And that's one of my favorite songs by Priest. I'm going to go Judas Priest, too. So British Steel will advance to the next round.
Boy, I'm on a losing streak.
We love you, Tater.
We do.
We love you, Tater.
Our next matchup is Kiss Destroyer versus Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast.
Oh, come on. God.
Yeah, I love Kiss so much, and I love the album Destroyer. So I'm going to go with that. I mean, I'm not going to run to the hills. No.
Invaders.
Okay.
Oh.
Detroit Rock City, Jack.
Tommy goes Detroit Rock City. That's 2 for Destroyer. Sweeney's up.
Oh. Well, we do know where my heart lies. I think my tattoo I showed y'all before says it all for me. But when you think back to probably the greatest heavy metal album that's ever been recorded, and that is Brian Slagel from Metal Blade Records. Man, I will have to go with Iron Maiden on that, just because I think every song on that album, there's no filler. It's all thriller and killer. So I have to go with Maiden on that. As bad as I hate to say it, I have to go Maiden.
So Sweeney goes the Number of the Beast. That's 2-1 Destroyer.
That's hard.
Both are really good albums.
Yes.
I'm going Kiss Destroyer. So
Hey,
Destroyer.
I finally got in the winner's bracket.
Welcome home, Tater. Welcome home, brother.
Our next matchup, gentlemen, is the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band versus the Who's Next.
That's not even the same competition right there. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky.
We got to vote for Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
You could have put you didn't even have to put the Beatles on there. You could have put New Kids on the Block album on there, and I'd have picked them over the Who.
That's awesome.
Man.
That's hardcore.
Tommy's got no love for the Who, man.
No.
Pete Townsend.
So we got 2 votes for the Beatles. You're up, Sweeney.
Well, I'm going to disappoint everybody again because I'm going to pick the Who, simply because I gravitated. The Who, to me, back in the 60s, was like the Stones. They were the grittier, kind of the underdog kind of band. They wasn't more mainstream or anything else. And I gravitate more towards that anyway, music-wise. So I got to go with the Who. I like the style.
We got a vote for the Who, 2 votes for the Beatles. This is my favorite Who album of all time. It's got Barbara O'Reilly on it. It's got Bargain, which I love that song. It's got Behind Blue Eyes. And it's got Won't Get Fooled Again. I mean, just a great album. Great, all-time great album. But having said that, the Beatles are my favorite band of all time, and that's arguably their greatest album they ever did. I'm going Sgt. Pepper's. So that will advance.
How's it feel, Sweeney?
No one knows what it's like to be the bad
man.
That's
To be the sad man.
Behind blue eyes.
We have Def Leppard's Hysteria versus Rush, Moving Pictures.
I already know the answer to that.
Mike's up.
Not going to give in to Tom Sawyer. I'm
not
going
gonna-
with Hysteria.
You're not going to roll down the river with Tom Sawyer, huh?
No.
So Mike goes Hysteria. Tommy, you're up.
How in the world did you pick Hysteria? If it was Pyromania, I could see it.
Because
High and dry.
I'm going to pour some sugar on it.
Rush.
we got one for Rush, one for Def Leppard. You're up, Sweeney.
I'm gonna give Tommy all the love on this one, buddy, because
Oh, damn.
Moving Pictures from Rush, I mean, every song on there from start to finish. I've got the CD. I love every song on that CD. If you listen to Vital Signs, the very last song on there, that song's amazing, truly amazing. So I'll give it to Rush.
2 votes, Rush, 1 Hysteria. Hysteria is the biggest selling album in Def Leppard's history. I think it sold about 16 million copies in the United States.
Yeah, because chicks bought it.
Some dudes that may have wanted to be a chick without it.
That's chick money. That's
That little
chick
cassette
money.
helped me out back then.
I like the song Women on Hysteria. I like the title track. I like Gods of War.
Yes, sir. That's great.
Yeah.
I love those songs, and I like Animal. Animal's pretty good. But
Yeah.
having said that, I'm going Rush, Moving Pictures.
Limelight.
Yeah.
Limelight.
Limelight,
That's
Tom
funny.
Sawyer. It's
Uh-oh.
Metallica's Black Album versus Slippery When Wet.
Oh, yeah.
You know where I'm going to go.
Look at Mike.
Metallica all the way.
Oh,
It's
really?
Unforgiven,
I thought you were
baby.
going Bon Jovi, man.
No
Oh,
way.
wow.
That's Metallica,
Wow.
man.
So Mike's going with the Black Album. Tommy, you're up.
Yeah, the Black Album, it was a great album. It was nowhere near as, Kill 'Em All. And, I mean, those were they went commercialized on Black, but they did good. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, it's still that punch you in the mouth Metallica music, Yeah, definitely going Metallica as far as my opinion, but I'm quite sure Slippery When Wet did way more sales.
Maybe. All right, Sweeney.
I, as a lifelong Metallica fan, I am going with the Black Album. True, they did commercialize themselves and got a little bit more radio friendly, but hey, every song on there would kick anything off Slippery When Wet's ass any day of the week. So I will have to go with the Black Album.
Evidently, you haven't heard the song "Let It Rock," Jeff Sweeney.
Oh, yes.
Let it rock, let it roll. You can't stop Bon Jovi because we're out of control.
Whoa. There you go.
So the Black Album will advance.
My daughter likes him.
I mean, we give Bon Jovi a lot of grief, but that is Slippery is a good album for what it was intended to be. It's really good. They got some catchy songs. Wanted Dead or Alive is a legitimate song. It's Led Zeppelin 2 versus Boston's debut album.
I got a whole lot of love. Yeah. I got a whole lot of love. I'm going with Led Zeppelin on this one.
Mike, surprising the fans out there. I think it's the first time he's ever picked Led Zeppelin on the show.
Yeah, I got to pick Led Zeppelin.
Actually, it is. It is, as I recall. Wow.
Wow, Mike.
Now, I love Boston, but yeah, I got to go Zeppelin.
2 votes for Zeppelin.
I'm going Zeppelin all the way also. Zeppelin 2 is the first Zeppelin album I ever bought when I was younger, and I played it till it fell apart and had to go buy it again. So Moby Dick rocks.
So Led Zeppelin's 2 album is advancing. It's really close. It's like splitting hairs, but just based upon the engineering and production of the album, I'm going to go Boston. But Led Zeppelin will move on to the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Our next matchup is Van Halen's debut album versus Megadeth's Countdown to Extinction.
Countdown to Extinction. I love that album, but you know, it's not going to topple Van Halen 1.
I'm gonna go Van Halen, as before David Lee Roth just decided he was just a gigolo.
I'm wanting them California girls.
Yeah.
Two votes for Van Halen.
I'll go with Van Halen 1 as well. It's a classic album. I like Megadeth, but to me that was Dave kind of really commercial. A lot of the subject matter on Countdown was just a little out there for me, and some of the musical integrity that they had was lost on that album, in my opinion. So I'll have to go Van Halen 1.
Okay. So Megadeth's Countdown Extinction will not move on to the next round. I'm also going Van Halen, one of the greatest debut albums in history. They will advance.
Yes.
So our next matchup is Skid Row's Slave to the Grind versus Aerosmith's Toys in the Attic.
Oh,
I'm going with Toys in the Attic. I
Oh.
like that Sweet Emotion song right there, Chris. Toys in the Attic. Oh, Aerosmith all the way.
So Mike's going Steven Tyler. Tommy, you're up.
Toys in the Attic was a great album. I give it to him. But Slave to the Grind, that was nothing but wrong. I mean, I don't know what they did. It changed what they did from their debut album, which everybody calls Youth Gone Wild, which is just self-titled album. But they just come unchained on Slave to the Grind. So I'm going Slave to the Grind. That's one of my favorite albums of all time.
So Tommy's got a big soft spot for Slave to the Grind, so he goes Skid Row. You're up, Jeff.
Well, I love both bands, both albums, but I'm going with Tommy on this. I got to go Slave to the Grind. And I agree with everything Tommy said. There's definitely a maturity to come on that second album, a more punchier, harder edge to them. And I love that album. And matter of fact, they're getting ready to go back on tour for the 30th anniversary of it. Getting ready to play it from start to finish, this tour. So, yeah. I have to go Slave to the Grind.
So Toys in the Attic has Uncle Salty, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way.
Yeah.
Really, really good album. But I'm going Skid Row too.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
as great as a singer as Steven Tyler is, Sebastian Bach, he can match him, dude. He can match him.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Actually, in my opinion, probably hit a little higher note.
Oh, yeah, he can definitely hit
Oh,
it.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That guy has got,
Hit a pipes.
I think Steven Tyler's got a better lower register, but as far as a high register, Sebastian blows him away.
Yeah.
So-
I remember.
In a first-round upset, Slave to the Grind knocks off Toys in the Attic. That's why you play the game right there.
Boom! Boom!
Our next matchup is the Eagles' Hotel California versus one of the all-time great albums in history, Foreigner 4.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
I do like Foreigner, but I'm going with the Hotel California album all the way. All the way.
So Mike's going Hotel California.
Well, you're going to hear some comments on this one. Yeah, I got to go Eagles, man.
Great album.
Yeah.
We got 2 votes for Hotel California.
That Dirty White Boy. I mean, all of them songs are great. I'm gonna throw up on this. I'm going with 4 or 4. I like the Eagles. A lot of stuff. My wife is a big fan, but Hotel California, I've heard that so much. If I never heard it again, I hate to say it, but I'd never miss that song. I would not miss it at all. So I have to give it to 4 and 4.
So Sweeney's going 4 and 4. Tommy and Mike went Hotel California. If you ask me what band do I like better, I'm going to pick the Eagles, even though I do love Foreigner a lot. I think Foreigner is very underrated. Lou Gramm, the lead singer of Foreigner, is, I think, one of the greatest vocals in rock history, and hardly anybody talks about him. 4 and 4, we got Jukebox Hero. We got Urgent.
Yeah.
We got Waiting for a Girl Like You, which is an amazing song.
Yeah.
It's just so many good songs. I'm going to go 4 and 4, and we got our first tie of the day.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So Hotel California's got 2 votes. 4 and 4's got 2 votes. So we're going to go to the tiebreaker sheets, the album sales. Okay, 4 and 4 sold 7 million copies in the United States. And Hotel California, 26 million copies. So
wow.
Hotel California is advancing.
That's the first time we went through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them great albums, though, nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
All right, our next matchup is the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers versus Journey Escape.
I'm going with Journey, Chris. I'm going with Escape. I'm going with that album. Don't Stop Believing. Just don't.
Got a vote for Journey.
Got 2 votes for Journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff Sweeney.
I'm going to throw in my vote for Journey as well.
And I'm going to make it a clean sweep. I'm going Journey as well. So Journey Escape eliminates the Rolling Stones' Sticky Fingers album.
Oh, Sticky.
Sticky. Yeah.
Okay, our next matchup is Appetite for Destruction versus Rats Out of the Cellar.
Oh, man. Man.
Two great albums of the 80s.
Yeah.
Man, I like every song on the Rat album except for like 2. Oh, God. I'm going with Appetite for Destruction. It's just a better album.
All right, we got 1 vote for Guns N' Roses. Tommy?
Oh, yeah. Guns N' Roses. I love Rat. They had real good. I mean, they were a very good band, but I mean, they just, that album can't compete with Appetite for Destruction.
2 votes for Appetite. Sweeney?
I'm going with Rat Out of the Cellar. I can't stand Axl's voice. He sounds like a dying cat with anthrax. I don't like how he sounds. That debut album from Rat had so many killer songs on it. And you start out with Back for More and then go all the way to like Lack of Cat. To me, it's a better album. Bobby Blotcher's drumming and drummer.
All right, so we got we got some drum love from one drummer to another, and Sweeney's going with Out of the Cellar. I love Back for More. I love Lack of Communication, and I love the song Wanted Man by Rat. And of course, they had the mega hit with Round and Round.
Yeah.
That whole album's really, really good. But I got to go Appetite. I think that Appetite album changed the game. And I agree, Sweeney, I'm not a big fan of Axl's voice either. But I love I love the sound of the band. And our next matchup is ZZ Top Eliminator versus Black Sabbath album Black Sabbath.
That's really hard, you know, but I'm going with the 80s ZZ Top. They recorded that album in Tennessee, Chris.
In
Did you know
Nashville?
that?
I didn't know that.
No, I don't know if it's in Nashville. They recorded it in Tennessee. I didn't read that it was in Nashville.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'm going with the 80s ZZ Top.
So Mike's going with Gimme All Your Lovin', Eliminator over Black Sabbath album. Tater, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going with the trio from Texas.
So another pick for ZZ Top over Black Sabbath. You're up, Sweeney.
I think everybody ought to know where I'm coming from on this one, but I'm going Black Sabbath. The original, the forefathers of heavy metal, the Unholy Trinity guitar lick, and put it into a song that changed the game. The guitar tone, everything they did changed hard rock and heavy metal for everybody. And if you listen to that first album, there are so many great songs on that first album. So many great songs. And recorded in 1969. So that's a big game changer from a year from that sound. So, yeah, I got to go with Sabbath.
So Sweeney's going Sabbath. That Black Sabbath album has the title track, Black Sabbath. It has NIB. It's got a great sound.
Wizard.
Yeah.
The Wizard.
Blizzard. It's got
that's great.
Great sound. It changed the game as far as hard rock. They were the godfathers of heavy metal. And if you look at that ZZ Top album, it's got Gimme All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man, Under Pressure, TV Dinners.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Legs. I love that album. I'm going Eliminator. And we got another upset in the first round.
Hey,
Another upset.
You want to know where it was?
Tell me.
Identity Studios, Memphis, Tennessee is where it was done. Which is right down the road from the old Sun Studios.
Sun Studio, yeah, that's where the big main rock and roll forefathers.
Johnny Cash,
Elvis,
Carl Perkins,
Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins.
Is Nirvana's Nevermind versus U2's Joshua Tree.
Oh, even though I like that Joshua Tree, it's not going to topple Nevermind. In Bloom is my favorite rock song almost ever.
Okay, so Mike's going In Bloom and Nirvana. Tommy, you're up.
Well, I've stated it in the past. I've always thought Nirvana was overrated, so I am definitely going Joshua Tree.
So Bug's going Joshua Tree and U2. So you're up, Sweeney.
Well, I will have to go U2, the Joshua Tree. Not a Nirvana fan. I think the only thing Nirvana ever produced that was worth a crap was Dave Grohl.
Hey, that is a man with good hearing.
That is right. Other than that, I found them to be just talentless musicians. I mean, Dave Grohl was the best thing that ever come out of that band.
If I'm being totally honest, I think both these bands are severely overrated. Severely.
Oh, yeah.
I think U2's a wannabe Clash. I think they want to be the Clash, and they can't for whatever reason. Bono is one of the most annoying musicians who's ever walked the face of the earth. The Edge, I love his guitar tone, but he's never played one memorable solo in his life.
No, he hadn't.
But I love his tone. I love his tone. His tone is great.
He can sing. He can sing really good too. If you let him do lead vocals, he's an amazing singer.
The Joshua Tree, the first 3 songs are really good. After that, the album blows. It's not good at all. I'm gonna give Nirvana the edge just because they're heavier. So I'm gonna go Nevermind over the Joshua Tree. So that means we got 2 votes for U2, 2 votes for Nirvana. So we'll go to the tiebreaker for album sales in the United States here. So the Joshua Tree by U2 sold 10 million copies in the United States. Has sold 10 million copies. Nevermind by Nirvana has sold 10.5 million copies. Nevermind wins by 0.5. The greatest album ever produced, one of the greatest albums in history, Dark Side of the Moon versus Queen's A Night at the Opera. So we got Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon versus Queen A Night at the Opera.
A Night at the Opera, I do like two of their songs. I like the Best Friend song, and I like Bohemian Rhapsody. But I'm going to go with Dark Side of the Moon. Yeah, I'm going to go. It's just better production. It's a better album, I believe.
So Mike's going Floyd. Tommy, you're up.
Yeah, I'm going to go Queen.
So Tommy goes Queen, A Night at the Opera. You're up, Sweeney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, this is so bad. This is a hard one right here because I love both albums. But I got to give it to Floyd. I have to go Pink Floyd on this one.
And I'm going to also go Pink Floyd really easy. The Night at the Opera has my favorite song ever recorded, Bohemian Rhapsody. But Dark Side of the Moon might be the greatest album of all time. So I got to go depth, and I'm going Pink Floyd. So they'll advance to the next round.
Wow.
Our last matchup of the first round, boys, is REO Speedwagon's High Infidelity versus Motley Crue Shout at the Devil.
Piss and Tail fans. Wow. Shout at the Devil, Looks to Kill. Oh, man, y'all know I'm going Motley Crue. Shout at the Devil, man.
Mike's shouting at the devil and going Motley Crue. And for those watching, if you remember last week, Mike put Motley Crue on his Mount Rushmore.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was something. That was something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy, you're up.
Done.
Yeah, I'm going Crue. Yeah.
So Tommy's going Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Mike went Shout at the Devil. Sweeney, you're up.
I'm going Motley Crue as well. High Fidelity has some great songs on it. I think it was one, Rough Boys or Tough Boys or whatever. It was really a good rocking song, of course. Keep On Loving You, but Shout at the Devil had so many. I was infatuated with that album when it came out, and I own several copies of it, and I still own it right now. Yeah.
So Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil is going to move on to the next round. I love Shout at the Devil. I love High Infidelity. Like Sweeney said, they had the song Don't Let 'Em Go. They have Keep On Loving You, Take It on the Run. Remember that song, Mike? Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who.
I can't say on this channel what we used to say about this song.
And one of my favorite REO Speedwagon songs is called In Your Letter. And that's on that album, too. That album is certified diamond, which means it sold 10 million or more in the United States. It sold a lot of copies. I'm gonna go REO Speedwagon. I'm going REO Speedwagon. But Shout at the Devil will make it to the next round.
Kevin Cronin is an amazing musician, and the late Gary Rithrath, the guitar player, he was a phenomenal guitar player. So yeah, I like him.
I love me some REO Speedwagon. Great band.
Oh, they're really good. They're really good.
Love you.
So we are in the second round now. Go. Our first matchup of the second round is AC/DC's Back in Black versus Rush's Moving Pictures.
Oh, hell's bells, Liddell. Hell's bells. It's Back in Black.
So Mike's going AC/DC.
I'd like
Back in Black. Back in Black is a great album, but I gotta go Rush.
Oh, we got a vote for Moving Pictures and a vote for Back in Black. You're up, Sweeney.
I'm gonna have
Just
to go
pick one.
AC/DC
It's
on
not
that
going to
one.
do you any good.
No. I go AC/DC just because of what that album, what it did, and how it symbolized a massive comeback from the death of an original lead singer, and how well it did on that too. That's a hard one. That right there is a definite. That right there definitely is a hard one. But then I love both albums, like I said. Yeah, I got to go AC/DC on that.
2 votes AC/DC, 1 for Rush. This is a prime example of you don't have to be the most talented band to make great music, because God knows Rush has more talent in their pinkies than AC/DC do in their whole bodies.
Sure.
But having said that, Back in Black's one of the greatest albums ever to be recorded, and I'm going AC/DC Back in Black.
Yeah.
That's something to say about meat and potatoes rock and roll right there.
Led Zeppelin 2 versus Kiss Destroyer.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, see.
Well, even if I wanted to vote for Led Zeppelin 2, I could not. I'm voting Destroyer.
So Mike is staying loyal to the Kiss Army. He's wearing his Kiss Army badge with pride.
Staff Sergeant.
Staff Sergeant. There we go.
There you go.
Could not depend on anybody.
We got to vote for Destroyer. Tommy, you're up.
This is Kiss and Tail, so I guess I'll go Destroyer. Even though that Led Zeppelin album, I mean, it's like one of the best albums of all time.
We
Oh,
got
God, yeah.
2 votes in a stunning upset so far. We got 2 votes for Destroyer, 0 votes for Led Zeppelin 2. This is like Mike Tyson in the 80s getting stunned early in the first round. Is he going to recover? Is he going to recover and come back? You're
As
up.
long as you don't bite, if you don't bite my ear, I'll give you an answer on what I'm thinking here.
You go ahead and
both
sell your
albums.
soul. Go ahead and sell your
I
soul.
love both albums. I love both albums. I do. But being the diehard loyal Kiss fan I am, I will go with Destroyer on this. I have to go Destroyer simply because I play that album quite often. So, yeah, I have to go Destroyer.
So,
That's rough, man. That's rough, dog. That is rough, bro.
and a shocking upset
Oh,
on Kiss and Tell podcast. 3 panel members have chosen Destroyer over Led Zeppelin 2. And let me just refresh your memory what's on Led Zeppelin 2. It's Whole Lot of Love, Thank You, which is one of the great Led Zeppelin songs of all time.
fantastic song.
Heartbreak.
Living, Loving, Made.
Live and Love and Made, Heartbreaker, Bring It On Home, which is amazing. And you
Yes,
fools,
it is.
and you fools pick Kiss Destroyer.
What about the Lemon song?
Yeah, the Lemon song's on there.
Yeah,
Squeeze
yeah,
my
you gotta
lemon.
squeeze it back into the
Squeeze it,
juice,
Mike.
I
top
don't
my
think the Lemon
leg.
song topples Detroit Rock City.
So,
And you gotta remember,
It topples Detroit
Moby
Rock
Dick
City.
was on there too. Moby Dick
Yeah.
was there.
I mean,
Moby Dick was on there too, though. That was,
Yeah, it's a good
some of
album.
the most
Got a
some of
whole
the
lot
most
of love.
drum playing. So yeah, a whole lot of love.
I have to be the one that brings objectivity to the show.
Stanley's
Week
got a better voice.
in and week out, because you guys are blind worshipers at the altar of Kiss. For me, this is a Led Zeppelin 2 by a mile, but you fools voted for Kiss Destroyer, so that will advance to the next round.
All right.
Here's our next matchup: Sgt. Pepper's Beatles album versus Van Halen's debut album.
I'm going with Van Halen's debut album before I change my mind, just period. Van Halen, I'm keeping.
We got to vote for Van Halen, Tommy.
Van Halen was my generation. The Beatles were not. So I'm going Van Halen.
We got 2 votes, Van Halen. You're up, Sweeney.
I will have to give it to Van Halen.
Now watch Chris criticize us.
Chris is the Beatles. He's the odd fella. He's the odd man out.
Go ahead, write us up, Toby.
He's gonna be like, you pick this one band and listen to all these songs that are on this album.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be.
Run us through the gravel.
I mean, I will admit one thing. This pick by you fools is not nearly this pick by you guys is not nearly as egregious as the last pick when you picked Destroyer over Led Zeppelin 2.
It's a compliment. I guess we'll take it.
Yeah, because that Van Halen debut album is amazing.
Oh yeah, very much, very much.
Even though it's an amazing album, Sgt. Pepper changed music forever. So I would go Sgt. Pepper, but I'm not gonna. I wouldn't hold nothing against nobody for picking Van Halen. That's a great album too.
Yeah.
Here's our next matchup, boys. We got Judas Priest, British Steel versus Metallica, Black Album.
Oh,
even though I like Judas Priest, they're no competition to my boys from Metallica, Chris. I'm going Metallica, Black Album.
Hey, Tommy, you're up.
Easily, Metallica.
2 votes for Metallica. Sweeney?
Oh, man. I got to give credit where credit is due on this right here. I'd have to go with Judas Priest just because they are originators, the new wave of British heavy metal, in part, the wave that inspired Metallica.
Yeah.
And everything else. So, and of course, Priest is, I don't know, everything Priest has ever done, I pretty much liked.
It's a really good album, British Steel. I love the early 80s Judas Priest, but I'm going to give the edge to Metallica, barely, and I'm going to go Black Album. So the Black Album will advance over British Steel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our next matchup is Skid Row, Slave to the Grind versus ZZ Top, Eliminator.
Oh, here you go, Tommy.
I'm going to go with Eliminator. I'm going to go with my boys from Texas again.
So Mike's going to eliminate Skid Row and choose ZZ Top.
Love ZZ Top. I love the Texas Trio. But Slave to the Grind, like I said, is one of my favorite albums of all time.
So Tommy's sticking to his guns and sticking with Slave to the Grind. Sweet.
I like ZZ Top. I like a lot of stuff ZZ Top did. But I'm a hard rock, heavy metal person by nature. And even though I like ZZ Top, I didn't love ZZ Top. I liked them. Skid Row, back in those early days, loved them, everything they did. So I have to go with Skid Row.
All right, so we got another vote for Skid Row. It's really close. I could flip a coin and be satisfied with the result either way because I love both these bands and both of the albums. But I'm going to go Eliminator, ZZ Top. So that means we got a tie. We got 2 for Skid Row, 2 for ZZ Top. So we'll go to the album sales. So Eliminator, ZZ Top, sold 9 million copies in the United States. Slave to the Grind sold 2 million copies. So ZZ Top is on to the next round.
See, that ain't fair because that's at the time where album sales started going down.
Was it just me? But I always wanted a set of those car keys that had the 2 chrome Z's on it.
Logo. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, man, that looks so cool. I want one of those.
Cool.
I'm gonna look on the internet.
Yeah, that was cool.
I'm gonna look online and see if I can find some. Those are
I
cool,
bet you
man.
could.
All right. Our next matchup, gentlemen, is Nirvana Nevermind versus Hotel California.
That's no competition right there. Hotel California with the Eagles.
So Mike's going to Hotel California. Bug?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to take Talent over none. Eagles.
God,
That's right.
pulled a Coach Kelly.
Mike's up there sounding like Coach Kelly.
Yeah, he did actually. He did, yeah. Wow. I gotta go along. I gotta go with Tater and Mike. You know, I gotta throw in the Eagles right there. They just, yeah.
All right, and
I agree with them.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep. It's going to be 4-0 Eagles, and Hotel California's moving on to the next round.
That's right.
Cannot believe Skid Row lost.
All right, so our next matchup, gentlemen, is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon versus Journey's Escape.
Money! I'm going with Dark Side of the Moon.
We got to vote for Dark Side. Tommy, you're up.
Yeah, in that competition, yeah, I got to go Dark Side of the Moon.
Come to the dark side, Taterbug.
We have all the cool toys on the dark side.
Yeah.
I will have to go along with the guys. I'm going Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
The song Time from Pink Floyd is so good that it could be an album unto itself. Just that one song.
It could. It really could.
So I love Journey. I love Journey, but man, this is Floyd all day long. Going Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Chris,
yes, sir.
I was going to say, you were talking about the song Time. You ever heard the remake of Time from an old band called Wrathchild America? Really
Thanks,
good.
Swinner. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like checking stuff out like that.
That's great.
Our last matchup of this second round is, oh, boys, get ready. Take the gloves off. This was almost a fight in 1991. Now it's going to be a fight in 2020. These two bands almost threw fist in 1991. Now they're going at it on Kiss and Tell podcast. Here they go, Mike Watts. We got in this corner Appetite for Destruction.
Oh.
And in this other corner, Shout at the Devil by Motley Crue.
God, I remember that.
Big Hill versus Axl Rose.
Shout at the Devil, big man.
The battle, the anarchy, the battle of two guys who can't
Shout
sing.
at the Devil in the beginning, baby.
Oh, no.
They were going to fight to see who was the shittiest singer.
Hell yeah.
Shout at the Devil, big baby.
Shout.
Shout at the Devil.
Shout. Shout at the devil.
In the beginning.
All right, Tatterbug.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Motley Crue, but Appetite for Destruction, it was such a great album, man. I gotta go GNR.
We got to vote for Slash and the boys. Sweeney.
Well, I'd like to give a boat order to Slash and the boys. Man, with that right there, Motley Crue all day long, buddy. Motley Crue all day.
Motley Crue takes an uppercut and comes back with a right hook. Oh, they're throwing it. They're going at it, boys. They're going at it.
Kid. That's right.
Love Shout at the Devil. Love it. I love that song, Bastard.
Oh, yeah.
I love the
I
song.
think it was dedicated to me one time.
I like 10 Seconds to Love. I like the song, was it Hollywood?
That's Danger.
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 You're in Hollywood or something.
Wood. Yeah.
Great
I
album.
love the version, the cover of Helter Skelter. I loved it too.
But Appetite,
Yeah.
Appetite's better. I'm going Appetite.
You don't want them to go to the scorecard because Appetite's so
We got 2 votes for Shout at the Devil. 2 votes for Appetite. So now we got to go to the tiebreaker.
Oh, Lord.
The
Here we
album
go.
sold within the United States.
Oh, boy.
Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, has sold within the United States 4 million copies.
Oh,
no.
that's not even going to get close.
Appetite has sold 18 million.
Man.
Wow.
That's still good, Motley Crue.
I'm surprised.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised it's only 4 million because that's a really good
I
album.
am too.
Actually, I have too. But again, like I said, it was an album that didn't have no kind of radio play.
Yeah.
Whereas
And the grade 8, round of 8, is AC/DC's Back in Black versus ZZ Top Eliminator.
Oh, God. Boys from Texas, I can't ride with y'all no more. I'm going Back in Black.
So the little old band from Texas got left on the side of the road by Mike Watts. He goes AC/DC Back in Black. Tommy, you're up, Pop. Back in Black versus Eliminator.
Back in Black.
2 votes for AC/DC. Sweeney?
boys from Texas, you've been eliminated. Because let me tell you something, it's a little hasty.
So,
Black, baby.
Eliminator got eliminated. And I'm going to make it a clean sweep. I'm going Back in Black too. So ZZ Top is out of there.
See ya. Hey, there it is.
All right. Our next matchup.
That's a good one. He's shaking his head.
Hotel California by the Eagles versus Kiss Destroyer.
Oh God,
Mike, look at you. You're trying to find a way in your brain to validate picking Destroyer. I know what you're doing. I just don't think you can get there, but we'll see.
man, I gotta go Hotel California, man. My fault. Sorry, Paul Stanley.
Mike Watts, I was talking to somebody backstage before, and they said that you preferred Destroyer over Led Zeppelin too.
Because I got a whole
you
lot
pick
of love
the
for
Eagles over.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
Oh,
All right, Tommy, you're up.
Yeah, I love Kiss. Yeah, but Hotel California just overtakes Destroyer.
So 2 votes for Hotel California. Is Sweeney gonna go and get a room at the Hotel California, or is he gonna stay on the road to Paul Stanley and head on down to Detroit Rock City?
I'm about to become the king of the nighttime world because I'm always
shit.
Kiss Destroyer.
Sweeney.
And the reason I'm doing it because not only to me is it a phenomenal album, and Bob Ezrin did a great job in production, even though he was a tyrant to work for. You got to thank Bethel and People's Choice Award, something unheard of for a hard rock heavy metal band that didn't really have any kind of airplay whatsoever. So my hat's off to my boys with the kabuki makeup, 1976, Kiss Destroyer.
All right, so 1 vote for Destroyer, 2 votes for Hotel California. I'm just going to look at the songs here. So Hotel California, we got the title song, New Kid in Town, Life in the Fast Lane, and Wasted Time. Those are the songs that I picked that for me were my favorite on the album. For Destroyer, we have Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Beth, Shout It Out Loud, and Do You Love Me? I'm going Kiss Destroyer too. So we are tied. If you ask me what's the greatest song off those 2 albums, I'm going Hotel California. But I think depth, I kind of like Destroyer a little more.
Oh, yeah?
So we are tied at 2. And we're going to go to tiebreaker.
Eagles gonna spank that butt.
So Kiss Destroyer has sold 2 million copies in the United States.
Oh
Oh,
man.
God.
The Eagles Hotel California has sold 26 million. So the Eagles will move on.
The Eagles had an advantage, though, because they re-released Hotel California as an acoustic set in '94 when they got back together. So,
well, they have way more airplay too. Is Van Halen's debut album versus Dark Side of the Moon?
I hate to do it. I hate to do it. I'm going Van Halen's debut album. I'm sticking with Van Halen, man. They were good on that album. What was it, 78 when they come out with that?
1978.
77, 78, something like that.
It was 78.
Yeah, I'm staying with Van Halen.
So we got to vote for David Lee Roth, Eddie, Alex, and Michael. Tommy?
I gotta go Dark Side of the Moon.
Whoa, it's a good one.
Bugs going Dark Side.
Thank you.
I got to do it with Bug, man. I hate to do it, but I have got to go Dark Side of the Moon. I just do.
Van Halen's debut album is so freaking good, but it ain't better than Dark Side of the Moon. I'm going Pink Floyd, and they'll advance to the next round.
Mike, how I wish you were here.
And out again. We got Appetite for Destruction versus Metallica's Black Album.
Ooh.
I'm sticking with Metallica this time for sure over Axl any day. I'm sticking with that thrash metal. I'm sticking with Metallica.
We got to vote for Metallica's Black. Tommy?
Metallica's Black Album was a really good album. But it wasn't Ride the Lightning. It wasn't Kill 'Em All. As far as albums go, I'm gonna go Appetite. I love Metallica. I mean, they're so freaking talented. It's not even funny. But as far as albums, I mean, Appetite was Guns N' Roses' best album, and Black wasn't Metallica's best album. So I'm gonna go Appetite.
Vote for Appetite. Jeff?
I have to go with Metallica. Even if Black Album won the greatest album that they ever done, to me, it runs circles around Appetite. As far as musicianship and head ability, it just surpasses Appetite for Destruction. And there's no Axl Rose singing on it too.
If you ask me what band I like better, it's easy. It's Metallica all day, 7 days a week. But between these two, I have to go Appetite over Black. By a hair.
Whoa.
Not by a lot. By a hair, because Black is a great album too. But I got to go Appetite. So we're 2-2. So we'll go to the page.
We're going twisting and turning through the number.
Yeah, that's why I say, I'm not saying I like Guns N' Roses better than I do Metallica. I love Metallica. I think they are fantastic. They are far more superior talented. But I'm just talking about as far as albums go. Black was not their best album, and Appetite was Guns N' Roses' best album.
Appetite for Destruction has sold 18 million copies. Metallica's Black, 16.8 million copies.
Oh, wow.
Man. That is a lot closer than I thought it'd be.
Really close. Really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
There are only 4 albums left, boys, to determine the greatest rock album in history. And the first matchup is AC/DC's Back in Black versus the Eagles' Hotel California.
Sorry, Hotel California. I'm going with meat and potatoes. Rock and roll. Back in Black.
Mike's going with the meat and potatoes of AC/DC and is choosing Back in Black. Bug?
That's a good one right there.
I love AC/DC. I do. Man, but God, it's so hard to go against the Eagles, man. That's good makeout music, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to Eagles, man. Oh, God, before I change my mind.
Tommy booked himself a room in the Hotel California. Here comes the Swingster.
Oh man, I'm just gonna have to go with AC/DC Back in Black. I am. As much as you can hear Hotel California on the radio, I can hear it, not necessarily get pumped about anything I'm thinking now. I hear the song all the time. I can hear You Shook Me On That Long. There's just something about that opening guitar riff. It just your blood going. There's just something about it. So I got to go with AC/DC.
So we got 2 votes for AC/DC, 1 vote for the Eagles. I think if you took 10 songs, any 10 songs, if you took these 2 albums, say, okay, I want you to choose 10 songs total from these 2 albums. You can only choose 10 total. I think the greatest song from either album is Hotel California. It's not even close. So I think the first song that almost everybody would choose would be Hotel California, right? But I think the next 4 or 5 songs would be all AC/DC songs.
All right.
And I think out of the 10 songs, you'd have 6 or 7 that were AC/DC, 2 or 3 that were the Eagles. So I'm going to go Back in Black, and then we'll move on to the next round.
It is what it is.
Our next matchup is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon versus Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Well, Kiss and Tell fans, you know how I feel about Axl Rose. I mean, but I love Slash, but, you know, Appetite for Destruction is going down.
So Mike is choosing Money over The Jungle.
Dun, 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 dun.
Tater, you up?
If it goes to album sales, I think that'd be real close too. I'll go Pink Floyd.
So Bud goes Dark Side of the Moon. Pink Floyd. You're up,
Even
Sweeney.
though I hate that song, Money, I think it's so stupid.
You do hear it quite a lot. I'm going Floyd. I'm going Floyd every step of the way on that right there. I just all them songs stand the test of time, and to me, other songs that Guns N' Roses has aside from Axl singing that time forgot. So I go Floyd.
So we got 3 votes for Dark Side, and it's going to be a total of 4 because I'm going Dark Side of the Moon. As great as that Appetite for Destruction is, it didn't change the way albums were ever recorded. And like I said, that sonic delivery off that album, which was recorded, I believe, in 1971 or 72, still for me is untouched to this day. So in our championship match, we got 2 killer albums and 2 albums that are so different from each other, but yet both equally incredible. We have the simplicity of AC/DC's Back in Black to the space rock stylings and musings and production of David Gilmour, Roger Waters, and Pink Floyd. So for the championship of the greatest rock album in history, it is Back in Black versus Dark Side of the Moon. Mike, take it away.
I'm going strictly by the way an album makes me feel, okay? I love Floyd. I love how complicated the music is sometimes. I love all the ambient sounds they got. But it's just not – it's no comparison to AC/DC and that hard-driven, just raw music they got. And it just sounds so good. I mean, AC/DC, when you stick it in and you're riding, it sounds good. Sometimes you might not be in the mood to hear Dark Side of the Moon. You know, so I'm going with Back in Black.
So we got to vote for Back in Black. Bug, you're up.
I give my vote to Skid Row.
Slave to the grind. It's coming back from the dead, like Jason and Freddy from the dead.
No, I give I got to go Floyd on that one.
All right, so Pink Floyd gets a vote from Tommy. Sweeney, you're up.
I would, before I have to change my mind and think of it too deep, I will have to go with AC/DC as well. I can sit back and listen to Floyd and really appreciate the dynamics that they use in their music. It's very mind expanding without having to use any kind of drugs. And phenomenal production, songwriting, singing. David Gilmour's an amazing guitar player. But if you, as well as you and Mike know me, I like a guitar that's going to crack your ribs when you first hear it kick in and punch. I don't care if it's one chord, three chords, or a number of chords. Angus Young and Malcolm Young has always delivered that in their guitar playing, their music. So that kind of drive and that kind of beat, with the simplicity that it holds, but the power that it also compels upon you. Yeah, I have to go AC/DC on that.
It's hard to say. It's like Mike said, sometimes you have to be in a certain mood to hear Floyd, and I understand that, and that's definitely true. A lot of times you can hear Pink Floyd or AC/DC when you're in a bad mood, and it'll lift you up. Pink Floyd is very, what I would say, reflective music. It makes you think. Makes you think about life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, think about, you know, your future, your past, your loved ones, it makes you think. AC/DC makes you want to get up and lift weights and run around the block. And Pink Floyd makes you want to think about life.
Tear some stuff up.
And they're both equally awesome and great. And they do exactly what they set out to do. Man. Just on the strength of the solo for Time, I'm going Dark Side of the Moon. And
wow.
We are going to be tied. 2 votes for Dark Side of the Moon, 2 votes for Back in Black. So we'll go to the tiebreaker.
Oh.
And we'll see how many copies Back in Black sold in the United States. It has sold 12 million copies.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. Dark Side of the Moon in the United States has sold 15 million copies.
Oh,
Dark Side of the Moon has won the title of the greatest album in rock history. Y'all clap it up, boys. Good job. Good job. There really are no losers here. So thank you guys once again, and remember to rock and roll all night and watch Kiss and Tell podcast every day.
Every day.